Okay, back at you with the Car Chronicles. I am at Kumon right now, and I just dropped off Koa, and I figured I'd make a video. So I have some of these old videos that I wanted to regurgitate, and there are lots of new subjects that come up because I see people every single day. I communicate with clients 7 days a week, and 100% of my clients have the same things that are going on. 100% of people have this emotional connection to food, and it's just some people get it quicker than others. Some people get the coping skills. Some people have such an emotional connection and a disconnect to what the actual problem is. That's, I think, the hardest part, is learning why does it keep happening. Why do we turn to food? Besides society and commercials, and you can't watch TV without seeing 75 food commercials that are bad advertising, for that matter, and I've talked about that before. Bad food and everybody in it looks healthy, so it's just, no. So I did a video a really long time ago, and it says, what you will gain, not lose. What you will gain, not give up. And I think it's important that people realize this because, all these things are still coming up now, even with clients. So, I did this back in the day because of a comment that a client made back then, and now I'm going to do it now because of something that somebody said to me. And then an old client that it reminds me of. Like, I have a coaching client of mine that, she's been a client for years, can't even remember the number of years, but within the first few months of being a coaching client, she decided to open up her own salon. And this is what I constantly tell people. My program, yes, the physical side is the initial reason why people come to me, learning about food and losing weight. But the other things that you gain, there's no words to describe it. I think the physical is the bonus, and the life-changing is really where it's at. So it's about giving certain things up, and some people don't like to use the word sacrifice, or they do like to, and that's what it is. It really is. You're sacrificing certain things, but it's all in the way that you look at it, and I constantly say this. If you think about what you're missing, what you're giving up, what you don't get to do anymore. Well, I don't get to drink with my friends, and I don't get to have fun with my friends, and, I don't get to do this, and I'm not going to have a good time going out on a date because I can't eat a piece of cheesecake, when that's minimal, and those are really poor excuses. It's what you gain from giving up these things that you think you're sacrificing. It's, if you really think about it, what did you gain from going out to ice cream with your friends? What did you gain from having a piece of cheesecake with a date that you were on? What do you gain besides weight, and what do you lose? Control, by going out with your friends and drinking. And what most people don't realize, and for those people that are learning how to disconnect from that, the quality of life is 1,000 times better. So if you give up drinking with friends and decide to overall live a more healthy lifestyle, because it's not healthy, and that's the reality, any kind of drinking is unhealthy. If it's every now and then having a couple drinks, but like getting drunk and wasted, which, you aren't internally healthy, you don't act healthy, and I personally don't drink, number one, because of my Crohn's disease, but number two, because I can't stand to be out of control. God forbid, if something happens, I feel like I need to be able to, if I get sick, or if somebody gets sick, I need to be the one that needs to be able to take them to the hospital. That's neither here nor there, but what most people don't realize is when they're doing all these other things, they're covering up for things that they're missing in their life. And that's what I said. That's the hardest part, is figuring out why you have this disconnect, why you why you constantly turn to food. So that's the biggest challenge. I always tell clients, try to spend some time with yourself to get to know where this is coming from. That's why I talk about doing affirmations and motivational videos and reading and all that other stuff. So getting back to what you will gain, when you give up certain things that, if you really think about it, it's not healthy, you're not losing anything. You're gaining a lot of things. Like when you stop drinking and partying and all that other stuff, you all of a sudden, and get healthier, you all of a sudden have this fire and creativity. Like, that's why I tell people, you change the quality of life. So you all of a sudden, this fear of opening up your own business, and then now you're healthier, your mind is healthier, and your body is healthier, and you start being more creative. I did another video about being in the workplace and about how people in the workplace, they constantly give their employees like treats and all that other stuff, but all they're doing is making them less efficient workers. The healthier you are, the more efficient you are, the quicker you can move, the better you can deal with the stress of work, the more creative you are, the more chance you have of being promoted. So those are the things that you truly gain by giving up the garbage. Spending time in the gym to get healthy, to release those happy hormones. Endorphins are amazing. Happy hormones, amazing. They do wonders for the day. And I have a lot of clients that have very stressful jobs, and the healthier they are, the easier it is to deal with. The more they come up with better solutions on how to deal with the stress. So that's the whole point of this video, is giving certain things up to gain 1,000 times better. You're giving up getting drunk with your friends and having these funny stories that you tell to gain an overall better quality of life. You have no idea what your future is capable of. Maybe you've never really been, maybe you've always been, and now not drinking. Let's just say you've always been heavier, unhealthy. I'm never going to use the F word. And by F word, I don't mean the F bomb. Overweight, unhealthy, obese. Maybe you're self-conscious, insecure. You don't even realize what you're capable of. Like, you might be the most creative and smartest person, but everything is just hid behind this wall of self-conscious, insecurity, doubt, fear, all those other things. And when you prove to yourself that you can be healthy, you prove to yourself that you can lose weight, you push through plyo push-ups, you get your food set up for success, and you learn how to, look at food as fuel, and then you're not escaping to bad food. And then overall, all of a sudden, all these little things start happening. You start taking a little extra step in the direction of possibly looking forward to or trying to get a promotion. All of a sudden, you're like, oh my God, I'm making more money now. You don't even realize that you were acting a certain way. Maybe if you are in an industry that's, sales and you have to, people have to be attracted to you. And by attracted, I don't mean like think that you're good looking. I mean like attracted to your personality. Oh my God, I want to go to her to get my hair done because not only is she the bomb hairdo person, but she's also tells me funny stories, and she's funny to be around, and she's got great energy. Like, those are other things that you don't realize. You might be a really funny person underneath, and you don't even really realize it because it's hid behind, let's say, shame, guilt, insecurity, and all that other stuff. So at the end of the day, overall, you're giving up the opportunity to have an unhealthy future. Poor choices of words. You're giving up taking years off of your life. That's what you're giving up. You're giving up a okay life. You're giving up a chance to progress. You're giving up unhealthy habits, of course. You're giving up the possibility of having to be on medication in the future or be sick in the future. You're giving up the chance of getting more sick more often. Those are a lot of things. Like your immune system is lower when you're unhealthier. Those are the things that you're giving up. And you can make unbelievable memories. I will tell you this, and I will end it on this. Why do I have to give up eating cheesecake when I go out to eat with my friends? Or why can't we have a pizza night or whatever? I challenge you to cancel pizza night and cancel going out for drinks with your friends or going out to eat with your friends and decide to try something different and go bowling, have a game night at somebody's house and get some funny games like Taboo and Scattergory. And that is the thing. Those are the things that you'll remember. I'm sure you told funny stories out at a restaurant, but I can guarantee you'll have a better time. And I've talked about this in my my holiday videos where I talk about, it's not about the holidays and eating, it's about the holidays and getting together and having fun and making memories with your family. So I will end on that. I want you to really, if you got anything out of this, I really want you to sit down and try to, and really try to evaluate why it is that you turn to food, get to know you a little bit better, and then really try to weigh out your pros and cons, and weigh out what you're doing now and think about maybe things you've dreamt about or maybe a goal you had 10 years ago that you forgot about, and then see if that inspires you to make some changes. And this is obviously not for clients. This is for anybody else that's out there. So I hope this helped anybody. It was a little long. Actually, it's not my longest. I've done 17-minute videos. But love you.